I'm gonna make this intro pretty quick. It's just gonna be very short reviews. This is more of a practice type thing as I try to improve at writing reviews and also speaking the reviews. So watch it, look at it, think about things, and go, wow. Alright, thank you. The Finals. I wrote this review when I was playing a lot of the finals, and I have not been playing a lot of the finals recently, so I don't even know if I believe what I'm about to say. I think the finals is one of the most unique FPS games I've played, other than something like Due Process, because it's got things like the fully destructible environments, and a game mode that I don't think exists before this. It's just something I haven't seen done before, and it's very cool to experience a different type of game mode. And as I'm saying, one of the things that got me interested in this was not the destruction physics. I don't give a shit of like, whoa, cool battlefield destruction. Wow! I don't care. What I care about is objective-based game modes, and this has an objective-based game mode that I haven't seen before. Obviously, you can't create a whole new type of objective-based game. It still does feel like you're just doing bomb defusal. Instead of a bomb, it's called a cash out, you know? Now, most of my gameplay has been in the competitive mode, so most of my opinions are going to be centered around that. I never really encountered these silly play styles, you know? One thing I really like about this game mode is the 2 objectives with 4 teams. Very interesting and it never fully feels like as annoying as a free-for-all type game mode, because you're usually able to split out where 2 teams are doing this, 2 teams are doing this. It's a 1v1 in terms of teams, usually. But if you're fighting a team that's really good, you might go, okay, all I need to do to progress is be top 2. I can go and third party the other 2 teams, because I'm going to be better off fighting 2 teams than this really good team. But I like that's an option that you can make, and something you have to think about when you're fighting another team is a third team could just show up if they really feel like it. And obviously the chaotic nature of it's cool, like, wow, I can destroy environments. It is neat being able to destroy a floor, destroy a ceiling, but it's not the incentive for little old me. I love my objective-based game mode so fucking much. White Knuckle. White Knuckle takes the slow, methodical climbing of something like Peaks of Yore and turns it into a more fast-paced speed run to escape a facility. I would say the main reason people recommend White Knuckle is either scary climbing game or for speed running, right? It's hard to ignore either one because they're directly connected to one another. You play the game because scary climbing game, and then you're like, oh, I really like this game, so you keep replaying it, and obviously that just becomes a speedrun. That's how most speedruns happen. You like playing game, you keep playing game, you go faster at game, wow, hooray. Start with the real hook of the game. Climbing in first person is really fun. Left click, right click climbing, also really intuitive and feels natural. It doesn't feel like I'm holding a button to climb up wall like Assassin's Creed or Peak. So the controls aren't really complex. I didn't even realize there was a tutorial for my first hour of playtime. But as you start climbing, you'll pick up basic tools such as the piton and rebar. And these items help you climb, especially when you're first starting out and you're not as good as climbing with your little grubby hands. So the piton helps you add grab points to walls, but you have to hammer them in, so you can't put them very far from yourself. And the rebar you can just throw into a wall and it will immediately be a grab point, or bounce off if you're at an extreme enough angle. I typed too many words. I'm not allowed to say anything else until this isn't a 4-game review video. Okay. Also, I call them Piton instead of Python because it's funny. Fuck you. Tales from Off-Peak City Volume 1. I think that this game is probably one of the best games Cosmodee has produced, but I'd say that's mainly due to me being a slut for cameras in video games, and this in fact does have a camera in a video game. We have the classic Cosmodee style of strange, normal-ish looking people in a very strange looking world. Obviously, living in New York City makes you insane, as is proved with both Cosmodee and Jeremy Couliard. Now, because this is a fake review, I'm not going to look up the actual plot, because I haven't played the game in like a year. But I will tell you what I think is the reason why I like the game. So basically every mission in this game revolves around you delivering pizzas to the people of Off-Peak. Now, this sounds like, and is, walking from point A to point B. However, you are able to construct the pizza for these people. You can add too much of something, too much pepperoni, too much macaroni, too little gummy worms, and too many chocolate chips. And it will change what people say when you deliver them pizza. They'll look at it and be like, wow, that's a lot of brain matter you got there. The orders they give you are nonsense. They don't say make pepperoni pizza. They say embrace the future. And you have to make a pizza off of embrace the future. What the fuck does embrace the future look like on a pizza? I think there is more lore I'm forgetting, like the cloning facility. I forgot everything about that. I don't know how that links to any part of the story. But the lore is a little deeper, I would assume. I'm just not going to look it up for this 8-game review. If this goes in the 4-game review, I'll have to actually do some fucking research. But it's looking like there's 8 games in this video, pal. It's looking like there's only 8. Minecraft. To simplify what this is going to be, I'm going to be talking mainly about mini games because that's what I've been playing on Minecraft specifically. Honestly, a review of Minecraft is basically impossible considering how many different things you can do with it. It's like doing a review of Roblox. Like, let's get fucking real here, man. I do enjoy Minecraft minigames. I hate how monopolized it's gotten. Like, back in the day, if I wanted to play on a gimmick server, I would have to go to fucking, like, cookieslap.com, and that would only run servers where everyone has, like, a knockback 5 or 100 who fucking cares cookie, and it's last man standing on this floating island. But it's just, that's the only thing on that server. You know, when Shotbow did it, when they first wanted to do it, when they had Mind Z and then they added some stupid little Smash minigame, I think that was the first server to actually do like a hub world. And that was bonkers at the time. That was crazy. Like, what, huh? You can do more than one gimmick? That's what, huh? But nowadays, it's basically just Hypixel. I sometimes play on the Nox Crew MCC server. I think that's cool. I love Nox Crew. Love them for like a decade. Holy moly. I love minigames in Minecraft. It's just annoying to me that I feel like the options for them have been destroyed. And my comment on normal survival Minecraft is I have a skill issue and I mine in the great depths for 100 years and I never build anything, and it's really boring because I have a skill issue of the yearn for the mines. Umurangi Generation. So I love fucking around with cameras in video games, and Umurangi Generation has done cameras the best I've ever seen. You're able to change, obviously, different lenses is cool. You can change the focus, the f-stop, all that bullshit. You're able to fuck with that on this camera in a video game. Now, gameplay-wise, it's just a photo scavenger hunt. Take 5 pictures of spray bottles. Take a picture of the Union Jack. It's like, okay, cool. But the real juice of the game is not the scavenger hunt. That's just to fool you into thinking there's a gameplay loop. You see, the real gameplay loop is for you to take cool pictures because you want to take cool pictures. Who gives a shit about the scavenger hunt, little bro? Look at this shot. Now, obviously you still have to go for the objectives. If you go for all of them and do it under a time limit, then you get an extra like lens or filter. So it is useful to go for them to give you more cool shit that you can do with the new lenses. And obviously the scavenger hunt does force you to explore your environment, try to find these little things. It incentivizes you to look around for a normal player that, for some reason, in a game with a camera, is not inclined to take pictures with a camera. And also the visual aesthetics of this game, the fucking high saturation, magenta, punk, so fucking cool. Also, the art team obviously likes Evangelion. I'm more of a fooly-cooly guy, but okay, bro, we get it. You like the fucking anime everyone's heard of. Chants of Sennaar. This is probably one of the best language deciphering games that I've ever played. Albeit there are very few language deciphering games. Usually they're coned off to like a side quest or a kind of gimmick for 100%ing the game. But a game like this is a lot more complex, I feel. Usually those games are taking just a simple cipher between the English 26 characters and some random glyphs or whatnot. It's not real language deciphering. But this game has more real language deciphering because you can use the context of the surroundings as well as what people are saying to you. Like, for example, someone uses a new word in front of you and you're surrounded by plants. Surrounded. You're definitely in like a garden of some kind. I wonder what that word could mean. Plant? Garden? I don't know. And it's not just like the one language you have to learn. They're very like you learn like 30 words, but there's 4, technically 5 languages as you go up this Tower of Babel. So the complexity, you get a kind of reset, a mental reset of how you're going to attack learning this new language. And also for the first few languages, the glyphs are directly related to one another. For example, you learn that this triangle shape means God. And then you also learn that an L shape means human or person. But then you come across a new glyph that you haven't seen. It's got an L and a little triangle next to it. Human God. What could this mean, right? Like maybe it's a worshiper or priest of some kind. But what's cool is the fact that you can extract that information just from the glyph. You haven't even heard anyone speak to you. And you can configure that information. It just does such a good fucking job with the language translation. It's not made by a psychopath like Kevin 1997 to 2077. This is like a real language decipher. It's so fucking cool! Fuzz Dungeon. This is what I would use as the demonstration for what I believe a weird game is. Fuzz Dungeon simplifies the weird game aesthetic by making it more of a mini-game type format. This allows it not to be forced into one form of gameplay, similar to like Super Bogus World 2. I think it would be impossible to tell you why I like this game without telling you about the art. I mean, it's kind of the selling point of Jeremy Couillard games is to look at these abominations. The way he takes his real-world clay characters and combines them with digital landscape, crayon backgrounds, it gives off such a cool psychedelic vibe. Now, story-wise, I don't remember anything. I think you work in an office for 2 minutes, maybe 1 minute, and then you fall down a great hole in the wall, and then there's a well which wants a gift or a sacrifice. I don't know. The point of the game is to look at it with your eyes. I don't know what the fuck's happening, alright? Monkeytype. Now you have to believe me that this is categorized as a game in my spreadsheet, okay? The urge to learn is what fuels my gaming. When I was a kid, it was CSGO smoke lineups, and then it became speedrunner strats. The urge to learn has always been the juice that I needed. So the urge to learn a skill that I actually have to use is a very strong urge. So to talk about my Monkeytype addiction, I first need to talk about why Type Racer never had this kind of effect on me. Type Racer is specifically typing just quotes, which is good, and that gives you a pretty realistic words per minute that you would have in real life. But Monkeytype gives you the option of English 200, which is the most common 200 English words, just randomized. Now these words are easier, don't have punctuation, are shorter, so you're going to be typing faster. So on Monkeytype, 100 words per minute is equivalent to a Type Racer 80 words per minute. But seeing bigger number makes me feel more powerful, so I'm going to keep playing on Monkeytype. Another reason I went psychotic with Monkeytype was the great hell of learning an alternative keyboard layout. QWERTY is not the best way to lay out keys on a keyboard. There are many different types of alternative keyboard layouts that focus on different things, having common letters on the home row, reducing bigrams, rolls are a thing. All you need to know is I switched to Dvorak for about 3 months, then moved to Hallmark for a month, and now I've been using Gallium for around 8 months. I play typing faster as a game because I can convince myself typing is a useful skill. I don't have much to say for the outro, so we're going to keep it simple. Tell me things that you thought I did fine with the video, and tell me things that you thought were kind of ass with the video. I don't do B-roll with the 8 game reviews. We're just doing one B-roll shot, no like cutting to anything. If I have more to say, I'm gonna record a Klingon Track audio when I'm done with the video, which could be many moons from now. I mean, this recording is April 29th, 2026. We'll see when I actually finish the video. But that's about it. Type in the comments your thoughts so I can learn from words by reading them. Okay. Bye-bye.